If you're at work right now, leave. After tonight, you're not going to need that job anymore, and you damn sure don't want to spend your last few hours of being poor at work. That's just dumb. I've got the greatest bet in the history of bets for Monday Night Football tonight, but before we get to that, subscribe to this channel. It's the greatest sports betting channel in the history of sports betting channels. Everybody knows that. And turn on the notifications too. I go live all the time, and in those live streams, we build parlays that could eradicate poverty. Look at this one from yesterday. If Geno Smith goes for 227, we would have never worked another day in our lives. We're gonna hit one of these. We know it. It's just a matter of time. Why wouldn't you want to hit one with us? But anyways, let's talk Chargers, Jets, and one little baby banger that I've been looking at for days now. Garrett Wilson over 5.5 receptions plus 110 at FanDuel. I know what you're thinking. Slop, this is way too many receptions for Garrett Wilson. I get it. I actually thought the same thing too until I educated myself on the situation in New York these days. Zach Wilson is only throwing to like 3 people. That's it. We're talking Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. Sure, you're going to see him mix in a little Tyler Conklin, Allen Lazard, and a couple other randos, but those guys aren't getting any real targets. Garrett Wilson is getting real targets. Don't believe me? Look at his target numbers over the last 4 games. We're talking 12, 13, 7, 14. Those are ridiculous numbers for a guy who only has to catch 6 balls to cash a plus 110 ticket. And if you're thinking about the game where he only got 7 targets, just stop. That was the game where Breece Hall ran for like 1,000 yards. He can't catch balls when one guy's hogging all the yards. And I get that Breece Hall's filthy, but he's not doing that tonight. First off, the Jets have an offensive line that's being held together by duct tape right now. On top of that, the Chargers have one of the better run-stopping units in the NFL. They're top 10 in opponent yards per carry. But do you know what the Chargers don't do well? Cover wide receivers and tight ends and running backs. In fact, their pass defense is a mess. Only 5 teams in the entire NFL have given up more passing yards to opposing quarterbacks than the Chargers. Most of those teams have played 2 more games than the Chargers have too. That's actually pretty impressive. I think when push comes to shove tonight, the Jets are going to force feed Garrett Wilson, and he's going to catch at least 6 balls. Now let's talk NBA for just a second. I know it's back, but those bets are coming way later in the day. That's why you should follow me on Pick'It. It's a free bet tracking app that's synced to all my sports books. When I make a bet, the people that follow me see that bet. Plus, it'll track all your bets too, so you'll know what bets you're good at and which ones you suck at. That's big. On top of that, they'll even give you cash when you download the app. 1 out of every 100 people get $100. What a world. Download Pick'It now and use the promo code SLOPSLOCKS and you might have a shot at $100. You'll at least get a couple bucks. Finally, we've got the greatest bet of all time, and that's Breece Hall, 25 plus receiving yards, plus 125 at Caesars. This one is holy shit good. When I saw it, that's what I thought. Holy shit. The thing is, make sure you play this thing at Caesars. FanDuel's only giving plus 104 for this thing. DraftKings only has plus 110. I like plus 125 better. Over the past few weeks, this guy has been an absolute freight train for the Jets. The man is playing at least 64% of the snaps, so he's out there all the time. You can't catch passes if you're on the sideline drinking Gatorade, so that's important. Now, we already know the Jets aren't going to be able to run on the Chargers. That ship's already sailed, but Breece Hall's filthy. You don't just not give him the ball because you can't run. That would be dumb. What the Jets are going to have to do, and I think they're going to figure this out, is just throw him the damn ball. We've seen him do it the last couple of weeks, so I think they're onto this strategy. The guy has caught at least 5 passes in each of the last 2 games. He's also gone 50 plus receiving yards in both of those games. Now obviously the Chargers can't cover anyone, but they're especially bad at covering the running back position. On the season, only 4 teams in the entire NFL have given up more receiving yards to the running back position. 2 of those teams have played 9 games. The other 2 have played 8 games. The Chargers have only played 7 games. Think about that for a second. Now I know what you psychos are thinking. Slop, why aren't we shooting the moon here? I like the way you think, and I think we can. Right now, DraftKings has 40 plus at plus 320, 50 plus at plus 500, 60 plus at plus 800. I think that's all in play. And honestly, we might not see DraftKings open up tomorrow after this thing. Feels good. I'll see you guys later on the live stream. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications.